Greetings and congratulations on becoming a plant parent. So thanks first of all for adopting my plants and taking them home. The one thing that a lot of people have asked me is how I care for them. And I subscribe to the minimalist approach. I try to only water once a week. Some plants need more and I'll communicate with you about which ones those are. But even those, I only ever water twice a week at most. The trick with plants is they're better to have a little bit drier roots than wetter roots. The best thing you can do is every time you water a plant, stick your finger in the dirt a little bit and see what it feels like. And the plant will let you know. If it's droopy and like this, you probably need to give it a little bit more frequent watering. If it's not growing well, it may also need a little bit more water. But if you stick your finger in the dirt and it's mucky and wet, don't give it any more water. Let it dry out, and maybe even let it dry out a little bit more than you normally would, because you don't want root rot. Plants have a really hard time recovering from root rot. They do better with dehydration than they do overhydration. The other thing about plant care is I also subscribe to the fertilize weekly. So giving plants just a little bit of fertilizer once a week instead of a larger amount on a more regular basis. What I mean by that is, this is about 1 liter of water, roughly. I typically feed my plants with Miracle-Gro all-purpose plant food. And the reason I do this is because somebody gave me this box, and it's an enormous box, and it's lasted 5 years, and I'm not done with it yet. So if I ever finish this box, I might reconsider, but for now, this is totally fine. They're doing great. So inside this box, there's an enormous scoop and a little scoop. And just to give you an idea of what I mean by weekly, how little plant food I give them. So it's about 1/3 of the little scoop. Then I just put that in a little glass. Put just a little bit of water in that glass. I just nuke it for 6 to 8 seconds, depending on how much water is in that glass. Then my alarm goes off on my phone. It's probably for something very important. Then I just swish this glass around to make sure that the fertilizer has been taken up into solution. You don't want any crystallized fertilizer touching the roots because it can burn the roots. Although probably in the percentages that we're putting in there, it's not a problem. Then I fill up, like I said, about 1 liter's worth of water in this container. I like to make the water temperature like sun-warmed water. So not warm by any means, but not cold either. It may not matter, but that's what I would like to have poured on my feet, so that's what I put on the plants. And then, in order to have a good understanding of what the plants need, I actually water with a measuring cup. So I'll pour in as much as I think the plant needs, water it, and then I'll pay attention over time and see how the plant responds. And that's how I've been able to get it down to just twice a week. Some plants require 8 ounces of water once a week. Some like 4 ounces of water. I have one plant that likes 2 ounces of water twice a week. But that's how I'm able to measure that out, is by using an actual measuring cup when I transfer water from this container into the plant itself. Yeah, the only other thing I can think is that with the plants that can handle it, if they are small enough and if they don't have crazy limbs sticking out everywhere, I actually will rotate the plants. I always turn them clockwise every time I feed them. And that way they're getting light on all sides and they don't grow only in one direction towards the light. I think that's all I have to say. Good luck. I hope you enjoy your forays into plant parenting.